The pain of loss. Two women just in absolute despair. There's nothing left for me, she cries. They killed 13 members of my family. A nearby hospital, children who live through a nightmare, but their injuries testify to the horror of what happened. The pieces of the bombs that fell from the sky in the early evening. Devastation and ruins, the aftermath of an air bombardment that it seems showed no discretion in whom was killed.
I don't know how many members of my family are dead. All I know is that lots of people died. Altogether, over 100 people dead, mostly women and children.
The dead already buried, 30 or 40 individual graves. The silence speaks for their grief. But a mass grave too, containing body parts of more fatalities.
We have civilian casualty in those areas. The reports that I got so far is about 100 civilian people they are killed there because of the bombarding.
There had been an offensive by Afghan and international troops against the Taliban. The airstrikes followed. There are reports that Taliban fighters had used the civilians as human shields, herding them into houses that were then struck by US-led coalition warplanes.
We do everything we can to avoid civilian casualties. When the insurgents embed themselves among the population, this makes it very difficult. But we ask our commanders to use proportionality and restraint, especially among the populated areas, and to consider other options.
The International Committee for the Red Cross said a Red Crescent aid worker and his family were all killed.
But sadly, one of the workers, with his whole family, 5 girls, 3 boys, 2 nephews, his wife and himself, were killed in a strike. They were apparently in a house with others, it seems, taking shelter, trying to keep away from the fighting, and they were killed in a strike.
US-led forces in Afghanistan acknowledged that they were involved in fighting and in airstrikes in the area, and that they began 2 nights ago. They say they are jointly investigating reports of civilian casualties alongside the Afghan government. If the reports of over 100 dead are true, it will be the most deadly incident involving civilian casualties since international troops entered Afghanistan in 2001. Nick Clark, Al Jazeera, Kabul, Afghanistan.